Hello everybody, and welcome to another omencitwo channel update. Now that I have finished both the Ocarina of Time playthrough and the routine playthrough shortly thereafter, I think it's good to make another one of these videos to kind of refresh you all on my list of ideas for what all is coming up. So, right now, I am in the middle of two Let's Play series, and that is Hollow Knight Silksong and Fallout New Vegas, somewhere way down the list. Yeah, I don't even want to scroll all the way down to it. It'd just embarrass me to see. But yeah, those are the main two playthroughs I'm in the middle of. Technically, I'm in the middle of two others, but we don't count those. These are the ones that actually matter. If you've noticed, I have been kind of doubling up on the Silksong videos, especially as of lately. Like, these two are posted in a row. There's this one, and then right now the only other omencitwo video I have prepared at the moment is actually Silksong Part 21, which I will probably be uploading tomorrow, the day after this video goes up, because I just have nothing else ready right now, and I don't know if I'm gonna feel like recording an actual omencitwo video today, but hey, we'll have to see. Anyway, though, that's what I'm thinking of doing in the meantime. I guess I'm gonna, okay. I kind of want to take a more structured approach to this update video, unlike all my previous ones. So I'm gonna start with what I'm doing, like, immediately, what's coming right around the corner. And then I'll move on to my list of future ideas, and I'm gonna go down each one of them point by point. So, yeah. Unlike my previous videos where I just kind of spitball all the time for, like, 10 minutes. Alright, so in the meantime, I am going to speed up the pace for the Hollow Knight Silksong series, because I can tell this game is gonna take a really long fucking time. Like, how many months has it been since it begun? Let me see, actually. Let me scroll all the way down to right here. There's the last Fallout New Vegas video. 4 months ago. It has been 4 months since I started making the series, and I have just gotten the base ending of the game. I think I am at the halfway point, if not over the halfway point. So there won't be that much longer past this point, but I would like to actually, you know, get the game moving and get to the end a little faster than I have been. So I might be, like, doubling up on the Silksong videos. I might dedicate some upload days out of the week to Silksong videos specifically before going to other games, because normally I like to switch the game I play every upload, but I don't know, just like with a game as massive as this, I feel like I gotta dedicate some time to it. I'm not going full Voices of the Void series, where by the end of that series, I was just doing that and nothing else, no other games for the entire last chunk of it, for the entire last 10 episodes or whatever it was, but I will probably put a lot more focus into it as we go. Also, nice view count, nice. Anyway, nice view count, nice. So there's that. That's basically all my immediate announcements, is that I'm gonna be doing a little more Silksong, but there will still be other games, of course. And speaking of those other games, let's get to those now. Here is my new and improved list of ideas that I ran out of cursor space. Bam, okay, they should be all visible on the screen. Okay, so, actually, let me drag that down. There we go. Voices of the Void is at the top. I'm actually gonna wait on this and come back to it to the end. We're gonna start with all the rest of them. So, Fallout New Vegas really needs some attention, so I think that's my main plan, is I'm going to resume that series. I have paused, like, basically right inside of Caesar's camp. That's what I was doing last. I went down to Caesar's camp, I'm about to talk to him, so next time I play, we're gonna be talking to Caesar. It's gonna be really fun. I remember, I even said at the end of that video, like, I'm looking real forward to talking to this guy, and then I just didn't for months, so yeah. Hang on, like, when was this video? Oh yeah, 4 months ago. Same with the Silksong. Same with the beginning of the Silksong series. So yeah, it is about damn time we resume Fallout New Vegas. I think it is long overdue for a Part 16. So that will definitely begin to happen. Once again, that series has each video about 2 hours in length because it's an open world game, and with those types of open world games, I feel like I can't really get anything done unless the videos are that long. It's just how I feel with them. Whereas Silksong is, like, it's a huge game, but it's a lot smaller, so I feel like I can get the same amount of content done in just 1 hour per video, but I don't know. It's just weird feelings like that. Anyway, yeah. Fallout New Vegas will be coming back. Buckshot Roulette. I'm thinking of just making one video on this game where I just play it. Like, I play the main campaign and then I play the double or nothing mode and see how far I can get. This is just purely for my own fun. Like, I have a lot of fun playing Buckshot Roulette. I'd like to play some Buckshot Roulette on camera, on this channel, perhaps. So yeah, there's that. That's my entire plan with that. I've had thoughts of playing Amnesia the Bunker on the Shell Shock difficulty, or perhaps even the maximum possible difficulty that you can set with that game's custom difficulty options. I've been kind of playing this game on and off recently, or I did a Shell Shock run not long ago, and I thought it was pretty fun, so I thought I may as well make a video on it, especially because I think the last time I played Shell Shock on YouTube was in a live stream that nobody watched, so instead it's going to be posted on a video on this channel that nobody watched. But whatever, you know, I still want to do it. I think it would be fun because that game is super good. I'm also thinking of making this just one video because the game is short enough to allow for that. The fast food tier list, it will happen eventually, I swear. I just haven't gotten around to it for some reason. I think the reason why is because, like, when I record those kind of tier list videos, the entire video is just me talking, so I want to record it on a day where I feel like I can talk for, like, 2 hours or however long the video will be about whatever it is I'm talking about. And I don't often feel like that. And even when I do feel like that, sometimes I just get lazy and don't do it anyway. Or I do something else for videos instead. Or I just, like, record a Let's Play video. And then once I'm done recording the Let's Play video, I don't feel like recording anymore that day. So yeah, it's just, that's what's been happening with this video. It will happen, though. It will happen some point. And it will also just be one video. I can't imagine why I would make multiple parts out of it. Okay, there's a split between here because these are other games that... While these are games I'm definitely going to get to very soon, indeed including Voices of the Void, again, we'll come back to that at the end, because I have a big announcement with that. These games, however, are more so like looking in the near future, when maybe the Silksong playthrough comes to an end, I'll start one of these up. There's also some of these I could probably fit into one video, for example, this one right here. But I have to go down them point by point. I'm already losing my structure. Look at this shit. I'm so good at update videos. Okay, so the first thing on the list is Resident Evil Requiem. I have bought the game. It is sitting in my Steam library. I haven't installed it yet, and I'm probably only going to install it for the purpose of making a playthrough of it. But yeah, whenever I feel like starting this game, I will start this game. I am very excited to check it out. So yeah. Half-Life Blue Shift and Opposing Force. Again, whenever I feel like starting that, I'll start that up. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with these ideas along with the Silksong playthrough, and I'm going to see if there's any room for me to fit one of these playthroughs in. That's the main plan with this side of the list. I've already talked about Blue Shift and Opposing Force in the last omencitwo update video, so I have no reason to expand upon it there. I might also add, like, playing the Half-Life 2 episodes into this list, because I played episode 1 once, haven't played episode 2, so that would be very good of me to do, I think. Anyway, SCP Container Breach 1.3.12 All Achievements Run. Not only would this kind of probably draw a lot of my main channel audience over to my channel again, which would be over to this channel again, which would be very nice, you know, to have a little bit more light shone on this channel. But also, I do think this would be fun, and I have not gone for a full All Achievements run in SCP Container Breach before. Never, let alone 1.3.12. I think I only have some of the achievements, like, logged in Steam. Now, I think what I would do for this playthrough is I would not make it a Keter run. I would go for every achievement except the Keter mode achievement, because, yeah, I can get that some other time, but I think I'm gonna go for all achievements minus Keter. It was my main plan with that. And I also kind of plan on making that only one video, because SCP Container Breach is not a very long game, so I think I can make that work. It'd probably be like a 3-hour video. Fine with me, though, because some of those achievements is literally like, you open the door to this SCP containment chamber, and you get it, yay! And then you could just leave right away. You don't have to actually do anything with that. Next on the list, Subnautica Return of the Ancients. So I've been streaming Subnautica Below Zero on my main channel for a long time now, and I just finished it the other week. And that's kind of put me in a Subnautica mood as of late. Plus, Subnautica 2 is actually entering early access in a couple of weeks, so that's kind of good timing as well. And I have been thinking of doing a Let's Play of Subnautica on this channel. Even though I have already done a streamed playthrough of it on my main channel, that streamed playthrough was really weird overall. Like, I didn't actually start at the beginning. I started partway through the early game, which was kind of weird. So I think with this, I could, like, actually start from the beginning and go all the way to the end properly, and that's kind of what I want to do. So yeah, I also didn't know much about the game in that stream playthrough, which meant that I was doing a lot of meandering around the whole map, and so now that I actually know where to go and what to do, I think it would be a lot more fun of a playthrough. Speaking of the Return of the Ancients, though, let me address the elephant in the room real quick. This is a mod for Subnautica that supposedly adds more story involved with the architects, the green alien base dudes that inhabited 4546B before you came there. Apparently there's more of those, like, bases scattered around the map added by this mod, and there's a whole new storyline involved with it, so that could be pretty cool to check out. I've been recommended this mod by someone off camera, and it seems pretty interesting, so I could definitely check it out. I think if I did this playthrough, my main plan for it would kind of be a hybrid blind playthrough and, you know, informative, knowledgeable playthrough of Subnautica. So, like, you know, the whole time I'd be kind of explaining how the flow of Subnautica goes, the base game, and then there would be all the mod stuff that I don't know about that I'd be discovering for the first time. So I think it could be a kind of fun hybrid playthrough like that. So yeah, this is definitely on my radar for sure. I don't know, I think I did actually bring this up in one of the older omencitwo update videos, probably before I even called them updates. I was probably still calling them newsreels back then, remember that cringy shit? Anyway, the Black Mesa Purple Hat quest, where you have to carry the purple hat all the way through the game. I really want to do that, but I just haven't felt like starting it up ever, and I don't know why, because I love Black Mesa, and any excuse for me to play that game again I should be interested in taking, but I'm just not for some reason. Until now, perhaps. Until now. Actually, no, not until now, because it's really down on the list, but you know what I mean. At this, like, bottom area of the list, it's probably not going to happen until a lot of this stuff is done and over with. So yeah, it'll probably happen though, someday. Maybe, possibly. And then there's this, Return to the Terraria co-op series. If you don't remember, and you probably don't, there's a good chance you don't. Let me see, when was the last video of that? Oh wow, it's all the way down here, yeah. So, this playthrough that I played with my friend Kitty the Tricky, we were playing Terraria co-op. I'm actually covering it. I'm sorry, this playthrough that I did, yeah, this is the latest video, and that was 8 months ago. More than twice how long it's been since the latest Fallout New Vegas and the first Silksong video. Wow, that is crazy. Yeah, I kind of dropped this because, well, these videos, unlike the other omencitwo videos, are actually fully edited. Back when I was doing that, back when I was making fully edited Let's Play videos, and they also do take a little more editing than my average main channel Let's Play video, because I added background music, and also funny stuff happened, and I might want to, like, add a little subtitle for that, and I might want to adjust volume here in case you can't hear what Kitty is saying or whatever. And so that kind of got to be a lot, and over time I just deprioritized it repeatedly, and yeah, now it's been 8 months since the last video. I have not gone back ever since. I've just entirely been focusing on my own shit. However, as of recently, let's just say things have developed between me and Kitty. That is to say, we're dating now. So that might, give me a whole new motivation to continue and finally wrap up that series. That, and I still have the recordings just sitting on my desktop wasting space, doing nothing. Oh my god, wait, that actually gives me another idea. Hold on. I'll go back to that in just a bit. Actually, before I forget, though, let me just add... There we go. Because I was just thinking I was just about to bring that up, and then I remembered, oh, right, I also had that idea for omencitwo, and yeah, okay, anyway, I might have a whole new motivation to bring that series back and actually finish it, so you might be seeing some of that sometime soon, maybe, like, scattered amongst all these other ones. I don't know. I think, if I had to guess, my plan for that will be, like, anytime I upload a video for that series, it'll be like a double upload day where I also upload, okay, I'm not covering the list anymore, where I also upload a single player Let's Play, a solo Let's Play video on the same day. I don't care if that'll kill my visibility in the algorithm, because look at these view counts. I mean, look at these view counts. Do you think I give a shit about what the algorithm thinks of this channel? Anyway. Yeah, that does bring me to another point, though. Since Kitty and I did that playthrough, Terraria 1.4.5 came out and kind of changed the game a lot. So I'm definitely planning to do a Terraria 1.4.5 Let's Play at some point. I don't know when that will be, though, and I have a feeling with what I want to do with it, it's gonna be kind of a big playthrough, so again, this might also be something to wait until, like, Silksong is finished, for example. And then I'll start doing Terraria 1.4.5. But of course, I'm not clear on that. I'll decide if there's room to fit another big series in, and then I'll just choose which big series I want to do based on what I'm feeling most into at that time. That is the whole deal with this section of the list. And I bring this up because, you know, my playthrough with Kitty was done in 1.4.4, so I'm gonna have to add some kind of disclaimer to say, like, hey, this is 1.4.4, by the way. Just keep in mind, remember that. Alright, as for the rest of the list, I still have a few viewer suggestions that I might check out. You might see these scattered along with the others. I don't know when I'm gonna get around to them, but they're there. Minesweeper Plus yesterday, and this little indie horror game called Rome 0120. This might be a one-off video because I get the sense that horror game is really short, so this might actually be what I do first. This I've had a vague interest in. My plan was to do one video to see if I like it, maybe the same for this game yesterday. I have bought all these games, or rather, I bought this game and these two other games are free, so yeah, you know. Let me actually add something else to Big Future Plans. I keep going in, forgetting a couple games I had in mind. But yeah, now we're down at the Big Future Plans area of the list, which includes stuff that will come later this year for sure, but not really anytime soon. And that is Deus Ex, Outer Wilds, and I have been considering doing a full big series of every single game by Frictional Games, who, if you don't know, are the developers of Amnesia: The Dark Descent and Soma. They have also made the Penumbra games. There's a couple other Amnesia games in there, including Amnesia: The Bunker. And so I was thinking of just doing like a big series covering every single one of their games, including not only the ones I have played, but also the ones I haven't played. So yeah, I think that would be really fun, and that could be like a fun thing to do over the summer, perhaps, if there's room. But I don't know if there will be room. Of course. And also, Deus Ex and Outer Wilds, I've heard nothing but good things about these two games. I've been very interested in them, and I would love to check them out for sure. Probably Outer Wilds sooner, since it's more recent, and Deus Ex I think will require a bit of modding and setup to get working the way I want it to, but that'll be fine. Alright, I had to slide my headset across my head. Okay. With that all covered, that's my full list of ideas and my thoughts behind each one of them all covered. It's now time for the big announcement. Voices of the Void. For a long time, I've been saying that I would do a part 20, where I would do one last video to round everything out. And, like, I would go see the funny setting characters, I would try to get certain events to happen, maybe, or I would scroll through the wiki and show events that never happened to me. But then I decided, you know what would be a lot more fun? I was also encouraged to do this by someone else, and then I eventually came to my own decision on what would be a lot more fun. Season 2. I'm just gonna play the whole damn game again. I'm doing a second series of Voices of the Void, and the reason why I'm saying this is because version 0.9 is out now. I remember in the last update video I said it's still not out and I was waiting for it to be out. Well, it's out now. It's officially out for everyone in the public, and it is still free, so no need to be a patron anymore. And I have seen bits and pieces of the update. It is very different than the game that I played. Like, even just grabbing the signals and stuff is actually quite a different process now. There's a weird little mini game you have to play for pinging the signal now. It's not just like use arrow keys and press enter. There's like a little game you have to do. Fixing the servers is different. And there's even a mini game for repairing the transformers. And there's apparently a whole bunch of new events, and they redesigned the HUD a little bit to be a lot more clear what it is, and there's a whole bunch of new shit in this game is the whole point, with version 0.9 finally out now. And so I was thinking, I'll just play the whole fucking game again. And also this time, I'm going to turn on the funny setting from the beginning, so we are going to see pretty much everything that the funny setting can do. At least, hopefully, we will. That and, you know, going in with my prior knowledge from the first series, I'm now going to know what I can do ahead of time to prepare for things. I now have plans to, like, clean the base, spend a little more time on the little menial side jobs you can do, or the little fun activities you can do on the side, than I did in the first series, where I was just in it for the scares. Well, like, now I know what the game is like going in, so I'm a lot more willing to, like, mess around with the weird sandbox side shit. Maybe do some more exploring, maybe run into some of the events that I never saw on my first playthrough, but, you know, they might happen now. And also, yeah, clean the damn base, because I left that base so disgusting. Probably mess around with the whole cooking side of the game as well, because you can cook all sorts of food, and yet I just ate MREs my entire playthrough. Yeah, basically, I just want to make it a more interesting, more exciting Voices of the Void playthrough, where a lot more will be happening, and hopefully it'll be fun enough that I shouldn't have to cut as much footage out as I did with the first series, where I was kind of just doing the satellites every day, and that was it. That's all I ever felt like doing. I do hope, by the way, that they have more daily tasks. I'm assuming they don't. I'm assuming it's just going to be more satellites every day. But I hope eventually they add more daily tasks to do than just that, because, like, there's wind turbines on the map. What are those there for? Give us something to do with that. That would be really cool. Oh yeah, and I can also make a Kerfur Omega way earlier than I did in my first run, where I only got it at, like, the very end. And it wasn't very, it didn't end up, you know, I didn't end up getting much use out of it as a result. But yeah, that's the long and short of it. So, as for when I will do this is at the top of the list, because this is something I'm going to start very soon. As for when, I'm not really sure. My next week is finals week, but don't worry, it's not that bad. It's not the most... It's probably one of the lightest finals weeks I've ever had. I do have some projects to wrap up, but they shouldn't take me very long, so I could totally start it up next week. That said, I think a part of my subconscious, is going to prefer waiting until after the finals week is done before I start this. So you can probably expect this to start around 2 weeks from now. Around 1.5 weeks from now is the better estimate. So yeah, that's the main thing I'm going to do. I'm going to start a second series of Voices of the Void. Going to return to Fallout New Vegas. Going to sprinkle in a Buckshot Roulette video and Amnesia the Bunker and Fast Food Tier List video somewhere in there. If I think there's enough room, I'll start one of these series. Whichever one I'll pick, I don't know. These I might do. These are for the big future, you know, the distant future. For the rest of 2026, you can expect me to do some of this stuff. Or probably not, you know. I mean, I did say expect me to do some of this stuff. I do really want to get to Deus Ex at the very, very least. All right, that's it. That's the omencitwo update. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you all for watching if you did, and as always, I will see you all in the future.